We are just one short month away from the second Marvel Disney Plus show, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So today, we're going to break down the trailer and talk about what to expect, and even what comics to check out if you want to brush up on your backstory. All this on the after credits scene. So we've had teaser trailers for a few months now, but outside of Tom Brady win, the Super Bowl gave us one bright, shining gem in the form of a full-length trailer for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. There's a lot to unpack here, starting right off the bat with the counseling session that we see our boys in. Yeah, this is played for comedic purposes, and it's going to be great. But why are they there? Who ordered it? Because you know they didn't have a choice, right? Maybe something happened that caused them to have to do couples therapy. Whatever the reason is, it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch. Now, on to the city that we see. This city has been confirmed already to be the city of Madripoor. It's a city made famous in the X-Men comics. It's also really infamous as a hideout for criminals and all kinds of criminal activity. Could we see some kind of X-Men seeds planted inside this show? I really, really hope so. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Either way, it looks stunning. Along with this, we get some dialogue from Helmut Zemo, who is about to become Baron Zemo.
Superheroes cannot be allowed to exist. I have no intention to leave my work unfinished.
Talking about finishing his work. This is a nod to his role in the events of Civil War, and we see him at what I can only assume is a monument to the literal fall of Sokovia. The Avengers clearly didn't disband, but in some senses, I think they might be able to become stronger than ever. But now would be a good time as any to intervene, since there's a few gaps in the group since Endgame. If Zemo is going to do something, now's a pretty good time to strike. And obviously with them being together, he hasn't finished his job. We get some cool shots of the terrorist group known as the Flag Smashers here. That is the moniker of a villain from the same name from the comics. In the comics, Flag Smasher works for a group called Ultimatum, which stands for Underground Liberated, Totally Integrated Mobile Army to Unite Mankind. I'm really glad they decided to change the name to Flag Smashers. It just sounds cooler, and it also takes a lot less breath. It seems like this group is going to play a pretty heavy role given the number of times that they've popped up in the trailer and the extensive fight scenes that we saw on top of those trucks. Doesn't look like they're going to go down easy. So what their role is and who they're affiliated with is really going to be something to see. After this, there's a memorial scene of some kind. I think that's right, but I think the fancy editing tricks here make it look like a lot of these shots are from the same scene. And I don't think that's true, but I think we are going to get some kind of memorial to Steve Rogers. I really love seeing Sam throwing the shield, and I really like the nod here when Bucky catches it. I think that's going to be a really heavy thread throughout the show, and it should be. I mean, we've seen in Spider-Man Far From Home, the world and the Avengers dealing with the absence of Tony Stark. It's going to be really interesting perspective to see how everyone deals with the absence and the void left by Steve Rogers. Captain America was always this moral compass for the group, and what does his absence mean for people like the U.S. government, but more importantly for Sam and Bucky? What kind of villains are going to try to capitalize on this, and why? I think it's going to be really cool to see these things unfold. We get to see Sharon Carter kick some butt, and I really think it's clear that she's on the run given her attire and everything, and I'm looking forward to the dynamic that she's going to have with Bucky and Sam, and I'm excited to see her have a larger role because I think she did a really good job in Civil War. We get this throwaway teaser look at U.S. Agent. I'm excited to see him, but I really hope the guy's not a jerk. Although I guess for dramatic purposes in the show, it would make for some really good television to see somebody that was unworthy of Cap's mantle taking that on, and then Sam and Bucky are kind of left helpless to do anything about it. It would be a real injustice. We get to see new suits for both of our heroes, and I'm really excited to watch them stretch their fighting and acrobatic skills even further in the show. The action sequences already look fantastic. There's a ton of moving parts in this 2-minute trailer. It's clear that there's going to be a lot of layers to what happens to these characters. It's even been confirmed that Batroc the Leaper, I'm really glad they just called him Batroc, he's going to be in the show, but we haven't really seen him. We didn't see him in the trailer unless you count maybe this club scene here. The last time we saw him was in the beginning of Captain America the Winter Soldier. How does he fit in and what's his role? Who knows? We're curious to hear your theories and your guesses as to what's going to happen. We're looking forward to this show. We're looking forward to what you think about this show. It's going to be a big change of pace from WandaVision. And if you want to brush up on some of your comic backstory here, be sure to check out some of the comic titles that'll be listed at the end of this episode. Do your own digging. Tell us what you guys find out. Share it with us. If we like it, we'll include it in the next video, and we'll even include a shout out to you as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.